Yeah. Welcome, 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 everybody. Stephanie Hunter from Hamilton, New Zealand here, and our gorgeous Karen Crichton from Pi here. And today we are bringing to you another card reading, our newest service that we've just been broadening out for, kicking off the month of May with a real big leap. Oh my gosh, Karen, this has been so exciting, hasn't it? We've done a couple of readings already, and it's quite fun.
It really is fun, and I think that's what we're going to be emphasizing is having fun in life. We're here to experience joy. And I know we're here to experience other emotions, but joy must be our priority, I feel.
Yeah. And funnily enough, just as we come together as per usual, our vibrations start to rise. And boy, my temperature's just gone through the roof. So bear with me for a second while I just take my coat off. I was cold 5 seconds ago, and then we start talking and we start putting into the energy of what we're about to do, and the vibrations go high. Which leads us into what this video is about. How's that for perfect dovetail, Karen? What is this video about today?
You did well. So basically, we're going to ask the cards what we can do to help our frequencies rise. As the frequencies of the planets rising, what can we do to assist that? But also, what can we do to help ourselves raise our own frequencies? Because if we raise our frequencies at the same time as our planets rising in frequency, then we won't have so many symptoms that many people are experiencing at this present moment in time. And we won't go into that because there's an awful lot of information about those coming out all the time.
I've got the song from the Beach Boys running around my head, with good vibrations, but I will not destroy you all by trying to sing it. You'll all leave it.
Yeah, you want to have fun.
With no views left. Excellent, guys. That's per usual. This is a universal reading for anyone who is drawn to watch this reading, is because there is something in it for you. So watch it through to the end. I ask you all, please, to like our channel, to subscribe down below, okay? And also to leave some comments. We want some feedback, please. Make sure that we're servicing you correctly and delivering this new service to you the best of our abilities, and tailor to what you need. So your feedback is really, really important for us. And please share. The more we can share, the more we can help. So the universal reading means that we ask Quantum Divine, the universe, to download to us some messages it wants to pass on to you via our Quantum Essences cards. We're also using, of course, it's a 4-step procedure here. We've got Quantum Essence cards, we've got our herbal cards, and we've also got a Meridian cards here as well to see which channels we need to unblock, okay? And we finish off with an information that gets either downloaded to Karen or I. Okay, all right, Karen, so let's get started. We're going to do a before and after, so a past and a present card.
Yep, let's do that. I'm going to share my screen so people can see something rather than our faces. So here's the cards. So we're going to start with those, which are the quantum essence cards.
Karen's going to pull a past card. I'm also going to pull a past card for the quantum essences, so you'll get double the buck for your reading in this particular reading. Lucky you. Okay, you first, Karen.
Okay, lucky girls and boys watching this. Okay, ready, and 1. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, again. Amazing.
Again. So you probably, if you watched our last one, you'll know that trauma has come up, and trauma is all about, as an essence, it's all about clearing trauma, emotional, physical and spiritual. And what I do know, like I know, is that when we're looking at raising frequencies, we have to remove trauma from our cellular memory. And basically what that means is our cells have a recording of anything and everything that happens to us. Beautiful. And especially when there's a negative trauma that we might keep re-experiencing, whether it's through dreams or whether it's through our thought processes or anything, it just consolidates that trauma. So consequently, what we need to do is we need to work on the removal of that trauma from the cellular memory. Doesn't mean to say you'll never remember it. It just becomes not a issue for you. Yeah.
Love it. I want to also add into that what I'm feeling drawn to say, or drawn to add to this, if you don't mind me jumping in, Karen, is perception of trauma as well, or perceived trauma. So a thought that is repeated often enough becomes truth.
Yes.
So that's not my words. That's some clever bods from years gone by. But it's a saying that I like to bring up very often, because when you perceive that you're suffering from a trauma, when you're told over and 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 told repetitively that you stubbed your toe when you're 6 years old and broke your ankle, but you never actually had that event happen to you. But if you're told over and over and over again that you are victim of a particular set of circumstances, a situation, you will override in your mind the logic to the effect. So what I mean by that is that you go, no, I never had that happen to me, but they keep telling me I did. Therefore, when it's repeated to you often, over and over again, the perception of that trauma becomes reality to you. So
Also,
not only are we talking about mental, physical, and psychological, spiritual trauma here, we're actually talking about, I feel drawn to say to you, also perceived trauma.
Yeah, I would also say what we've been watching on our screens, on our TV screens, what we've been listening to on the news on a regular basis, that becomes our own trauma too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love it, love it, love it. Now, with our beautiful trauma essence as well, the card also reminds me to let go and to ground into the now. Stop looking back all the time into, oh, woe is me, that happened to me, or the fear that you had associated to the event, perceived event or actual event, real event. Let go of that, as Karen's already referred to. So I want to use those words, let go, really quite strongly. Quite simple words, just let it go. Okay, well, these 3 words there for you. Fantastic. Any more you want to add to that, Karen?
No, I think that's probably enough, because, you know, let's face it, everyone knows that traumas, and it's come up for a reason, because if we want to raise our frequency, we have to keep our attention to the higher vibrational ways of being, and that has to be joy, love, and gratitude.
Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Now, the card I drew was really interesting, because the card I drew for this particular reading, so the reading is about raising our vibrations to move forward in life, or from this point forward. The one I've drew, that refers to our past that we want to be acknowledging and releasing, is one card called In Touch. So In Touch here is, I'm going to use the affirmation to introduce In Touch to you to start with, and this will start giving an outline of where this is coming from, where the message is coming from. The affirmation is, I open my eyes to the magic of life and experience a renewed sense of wonder. So in the past, whether it be recent past or lifetimes of past, you know, this card is inviting us to remember to connect to what was good. What was good? Open your eyes to the magic of life. What magic was there around your life in the past that you were overseeing because you're too stuck in the trauma of the event? Now, In Touch also helps you to get in touch with your feelings and resolve emotions. So once again, these two go beautifully together. So In Touch is inviting you to go, okay, we're asking you to release your trauma, get in touch with your emotions, acknowledge them, give thanks to them for what they provided you for or how they protected you at the time, but acknowledge the fact now their time has come to pass and it's time to release them.
Nice. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it really is. That's not more I can say, really.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the next card then, Ken?
Okay, this is present, of course. And we have, Soul and Luna.
Oh, gosh.
Now, this is a very powerful card because it came about, it's a very spiritual card, actually. We normally talk about the quantum sort of essences from 1 to 21 being more on the physicality side, really, but anything from 21 to 25 is very high vibrational spirituality cards, I would suggest, and these were created when we were running our first practitioner course. And so basically Soul and Luna is there to support us feeling grounded in the universal flow of life. So it's also to help us feel that we're not walking this journey alone. And of course we're not, but we've been taught that we are, but we're so not. We're so supported by so much. And so I think if we look at solar and lunar, the affirmation that goes along with it, it just says it all really. I know I am living my truth and guided by the light.
Stunning, stunning. And also just bring attention to the fact we've just literally had a solar eclipse.
We're in the eclipse season, aren't we? And also we've had those solar flares as well.
Yes, indeed.
And so, you know, it's major. It's a major shift in who we are. So,
beautiful. So coupled with that, the card I drew, which again buddies up with solar and lunar in this particular time of shift and change that we're going through, is console, which is a card. Now, the affirmation for console is I drink deeply from the well of life and integrate all my experiences. So this is stunning because not only Karen's looking for the card now, when she places it, I want you to see how it's been placed on the table, which Karen doesn't know what I'm about to say, so this is completely random. But if you were to go cross-referencing across and do like a cross, okay, like an X, you'll see that console and trauma are opposite of each other. So when you go through trauma, what do you ask for? You ask people to console you while you go through your emotional upset. So we're moving from the past into the future. So now it's a healing development stage of our life, of our times, of our being on this planet.
Beautiful.
So console, the energy of console is there to help us through grief-stricken times. So now I'm just going to look at the present and the future. So present going into future, which is soul and lunar, and your console. Soul and lunar is about helping us to feel connected and to the universal flow. Now, what I'm discovering with people is as they find themselves, as they reconnect to the truth of who they truly are, not the make-believe person they were forced into being for the preceding this current change in a time of change, we're finding that we're losing people that we thought we were connected to. We find that we're shifting away from our old friends and whānau and family and our old school friends and so forth. We find that we're not connecting with them anymore. We may still speak the same language, but we're not talking the same understanding. So we're finding this grief-stricken period of time as well. So console is there to help you saying, hey, it's okay. We know that all these changes aren't going to be easy for everybody. We know there's going to be times of grief, there's going to be times of loss, and there's going to be a sense of rejection or being excluded from people, from environments or from situations or from families or from packs or communities you've been associated with before. But that's okay, because what's happening now is you're shifting into the truth of who you truly are. You're eclipsing, let's use that terminology because it goes with solar and lunar in this particular time of eclipses. You're eclipsing into the truth of you. Think of yourself stepping outside and you're breaking down the armor you've had around your body and your being for your whole life and lifetimes beforehand, and that armor is now dissolving, and the truth of who you are, the guts of who you truly are, is starting to come through. It's not going to be easy for everybody. And with that in mind, console steps forward to help you through times of grief, through times of loss, or through times of emotional upset or trauma. It helps with passing over your loved ones as well. So if there's been lots of trauma around that over the last recent months as well. So it helps through the breakups of relationships and it eases the inner turmoil and the distress that one feels. So the relationships could be husband and wife, could be girlfriend and boyfriend, it could be a love partner, it could be an old friendship, it could be an old work relationship, it could be an old paradigm that you had that you thought, I am a qualified builder, therefore building is my trade, and you wake up one morning and go, I don't want to be a builder anymore. I don't feel like I'm a builder anymore. I'm going to change my entire life and move away from that belief of who I was. Well, that too is a breakup of relationship between your make-believe you and the real you now starting to emerge. Beautiful. Anything else you want to add there, Karen?
Yeah, I think it's if we look at as we change our frequency, because this is what we're talking about with the question, and I think the reason why console comes up and it as a support for this is because as we change our frequency, the people who we used to gel with, if they haven't raised their frequency at the same rate, you will find them quite jarring.
Yep.
And so consequently, this is to assist you with the realization is it's okay. It's okay. You know.
And please remember, everybody's journey is an individual journey to unto themselves. Just because you're ready to move forward into a different vibrational level, if your loved one isn't, love them anyway, but let them do their own journey. Okay, if you've noticed that someone else is moving into a different vibration to you and they seem to be ahead of you in terms, a sensible way of describing it, love them anyway, let them go. Because if you're meant to be together, you'll come back when you both reached your vibrational levels.
Yeah.
Every time is going to be slightly different.
Absolutely. Right.
Okay.
moving on.
Beautiful.
Now, herbals. It's the herbs.
Yes, the herbs is the herbs. So we've
It's the
got 48
herbs.
herbal cards here to choose from. Same scenario, we're going to shuffle them, and then Karen's going to pull one first. We'll pass, and I'll pull one as well.
Okie dokie. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. As you can see, I'm not a real card player. Whoop, there goes one. Right, that's the first one, obviously. It just flicks onto the floor. Okay, that is Siberian ginseng. Okay, Siberian ginseng is, everyone's probably heard of ginseng, and Siberian, normally ginseng is sort of more of a male herb, you know, but Siberian ginseng is much more of a feminine herb. It's also known as urethra root. So that's why Siberian ginseng is much easier to get your head around. And it's also an adaptogen, and it can help with many ailments like kidney function, ADD, ADHD, chronic fatigue, diabetes, loss of feeling in extremities, rheumatoid arthritis, fibromyalgia, dementia, Alzheimer's, plus useful when treating the side effects of chemotherapy. So as you can see, it's got a huge, broad spectrum of uses that we as herbalists use it for. Now, as an essence, it supports the whole of the other things we've just talked about, but it gently but very effectively helps us to release cellular memory of an old stressful situation that's holding us in time. What does that remind you of?
Amazing.
You know, trauma, bleh, you know, it's like, this is a reminder. If you need reminding that you need to release trauma and cellular memories, and so it's a really, really interesting thing, isn't it? Really, I can't say any more about that one, really.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Now I have pulled for our past. Okay, I've pulled Tulsi, T-A-U, Tulsi, T-U-L, sorry, S-I, Tulsi. Now Tulsi is a well-known tea. But what many people don't realize is that this is actually an Indian herb. It's also known as the holy basil. It's a lovely herb and it has many, many benefits to our health. So I'm just going to go over the health benefits as a physical benefit, okay? Quite relevant considering the last couple of years. It reduces fever. It's a respiratory disorder assistant. So Tulsi, along with curing viral bacteria and fungi infections of the respiratory system, it gives great relief to congestion due to the presence of components like caffeine. I can't say the next word, but urinol, E-E-N-O, okay? It's very effective in curing almost all respiratory disorders, including bronchitis, both chronic and acute. So it also helps with asthma and other lung disorders. So when you think about that, we're talking about our past, recent past, and the traumas and the experiences that have brought us to where we are today. So this is very, very, very relevant. It's quite amazing. So that's just a few benefits of the Tulsi, but I want to also talk about the essential spiritual roots of this beautiful, beautiful essence. It's assisting in channeling the prana down from the crown chakra and up from the soles of the feet, meeting at the heart. The crown chakra, of course, is top of your head, soles of your feet, base of your body. And it assists in the connection of the outer and inner of us in the meeting at the heart. The result is an elevated state of focus awareness of the physical body, of an integration of spiritual energy and physicality, and the senses. When suddenly everything looks a little bit sharper, smells a little bit sweeter, and sounds a little clearer, you're under the enchanting spell of holy basil. Tulsi is tonifying and balancing to the subtle body, plus assists in tuning the subtle life force radiating from all things. So how is this relevant to our past? Well, with all the experiences that we've all been through over the last 24 months or so, a lot of people are actually saying words to me like, gosh, I'm becoming more aware. Wow, I now see things differently. Gosh, I didn't realize this was, that's actually starting to coin a phrase that's very popular at the moment, awaken to who they truly are and what's going on around them. They're starting to see the truth from the lies and deception that we've been living for many years. So this amazes me that's come through for us in the Tulsi herb. So anything else you want to add to that, Karen?
Yeah, well, when you look at it, it helps with respiratory disorders. I would also suggest, because when we have lung issues, of course, it's normally uncried tears. So it's grief that
Oh,
hasn't
wow.
been expressed. So if you look at the essence of Tulsi, I would also suggest that it's helping release for that too.
Wow, that's stunning. I love it. I love it.
Mm.
Okay, so now we're going to look at the present and moving into the future. Which card do you
Okay.
pull into it?
Oh, look at this. Cleavers. Cleavers is, many people see cleavers as a weed that they just can't wait to get rid of in their garden. Now, as a herb, it is a really amazing, amazing lymph decongestant. So it's used traditionally for all sorts of cancers and things, and there's a very good reason why. Is basically, if you are doing a cleanse or anything else, you need to make sure that your lymph is working. If your lymph isn't working properly, it's like a dumping station, and the body can't get rid of everything quick enough. And so as a physical herb, it is one of the best ones to help with removing of waste. And so it's also really good for, so therefore it's good for skin problems like psoriasis and eczema, but also it can help dissolve kidney stones. It's just a really brilliant herb for that. It's gentle too, so it's good. It's a diuretic, so it flushes and decongests the kidneys, blood cleanser, of course, and so it's good for urinary infections, water retention, etc. Now, as an essence, it can offer comfort, so one can have a deep restorative sleep and pleasant dreams. And as you sleep and process your day, Cleavers offers a protective field around you, and you will wake up feeling refreshed in body and mind and soul. Now, this is really important, I feel, is as we evolve and raise our frequency, we very often, because we're feeling so good, we often forget that we need to make sure that our energy field is protected. And so consequently, I think that's what Cleavers is coming along to remind us, that we need to look after our physical body. We need to make sure that we're getting rid of the waste, as in physical waste, but also we're getting rid of the emotional waste as well, which is what we've talked about with the others. But also it's to remind us that we need to really protect ourselves going forward.
Beautiful. I love it. I love
Anything
it.
you would like to add with that one, Stephanie?
No, that's pretty thorough. It's amazing, isn't it? The timing is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Okay, so the card I've drawn from our herbal pack for the present and the future is a beautiful Romania. If I pronounce that correctly?
Romania, yeah.
Romania. It's beautiful. So Romania is often used in Asia as an effective tonic for the liver, kidney, and the heart to treat many ailments such as diabetes, constipation, anemia, dizziness, and regulation of the menstrual cycle. This beautiful plant has vitamin A, B, and C, amino acids, and I can't pronounce that word. I'm trying to read it. Rehemaglin, REHMAGLITIN. All of
You're
which are
asking
strong.
someone who's dyslexic, who struggles with those things. So
Fine, put it down below if you know what it says. All of which have strong anti-inflammatory and antifungal properties. Now this is where it gets really interesting, because this particular root helps to stop depletion of glycogen for the hypoglycemia. It has a rich starchy and sweet content, which makes it effective as a cloying agent. It makes it good for improving liver function and digestion. So once again, we're talking about, now remember we talked about how the Tulsi herb brings our crown chakra and our soles of our feet to meeting the heart. Remember, it's all starting to come in together now. So Karen's talking about the purging and the regeneration and the getting rid of the toxins and so forth. And then we've got this beautiful backup here with this gorgeous root here as well. So the Romania root has long been associated with better adrenal gland and kidney function. It appears to cut down the adrenal suppression of steroid hormones, and it seems to help support the body in various autoimmune disorders such as fibromyalgia, rheumatoid arthritis. That's the second time that's been mentioned during this call. So
Mm.
there's definitely people who have tuned into this call that's going to benefit, and multiple sclerosis. It also contains astringent compounds that can support the body against the inflammation of ulcers and generally reduce inflammation in the digestive tract. Other compounds in the root help to cut down the fragility of the capillaries and help to protect your adrenal glands and function of the liver. So all in all, this is an incredible root to have with you, okay? Now, the physical attributes of this particular root, this herb, is to help with stabilizing the immune system, and is also very useful of autoimmune problems. It is anti-inflammatory. It's a adrenal tonic. Now, we all need our adrenals to be looked after. We've had a pretty stressful last few years, okay? Now, generally, anyway, regardless of what's happened in the last couple of years with this worldwide situation that's been going down, we've been, because of the way we've been living our lives, our adrenals are usually pretty exhausted anyway. So this is coming through for everybody involved, everybody listening to this video. So this also assists with allergies. It supports healthy blood sugar levels, cleanses the blood, liver, and kidney toner, and it's anti-aging. Who doesn't want some of that? Now, as an essence, as a flower essence, it can be used for the following things: healthy alignment of mind, body, and soul. So what we were talking about earlier on with our soul and our soul and lunar, it's all starting to come together. It's all at this stage of the reading, you'll start going, wow, this is almost starting to make sense now, because the herbs and the quantum essences that we've been presented with are now all starting to paint a fuller picture for us, and we're starting to join the dots. So alignment of mind, body, and soul rebowls and vitalizes energy in the vital organs, encourages healthy decisions, bring you into full alignment, bringing balance into your life with work, rest, and play. This remedy is a helpful and playful one, which comes to us, which reminds us that life is meant to be fun, and it will be if we get out of our heads and into our hearts. It helps us to see that the stresses of life are what we create. Remember that, guys. We are powerful. We create our own futures. We create our being, okay? So the stresses of our lives are what we create, and helps us to take us away from them in the best way possible. It's a beautiful, beautiful support crew there going, Karen, for this whole reading, actually, isn't it, eh?
It is. And the thing is that the interesting thing is Siberian ginseng and Romania adaptogens. So they're to help us cope with stressors. So is Tulsi, helping to cope with stressors, and Cleavers helps us eliminate the byproducts of those stressors.
Wow, stunning.
So, you know, hey, herbs, I love you. The thing is that all of this is basically telling us, isn't it, is that we need to remember that to enhance our frequency, we have to really look after our whole physical, emotional, spiritual body, really.
Yes, not one aspect of it, but all aspects of it.
Yeah,
mind, body,
all
soul.
aspects. Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, so let's finish this off with the last cards, Karen. I drew the last card in the previous reading, so it's your turn to draw the Meridian Essence card.
Okie dokie. Okay, this will be fun. Meridians, what do we need? Kidney meridian. Okay, now, obviously, kidney is for kidneys, but it's also much, much more than that. And when we look at kidneys, as you can see, the meridian line goes from sort of like the opposite side to the heart, which is more or less where the thymus is. And then it goes down all the way through the groin, down the leg, and into the soles of the feet. And the thing is with kidney is there's so many issues that this can really sort of pinpoint, really. So if we look at what the physical symptoms of kidney meridian blockage can be, again, eczema that's on the soles of the feet, and this just basically shows dysbiosis, water retention, bladder disorders, thyroid problems, and either over or underactive trigeminal neuralgia, small and large intestine disorders, impotence, ankle problems, especially reoccurring, lung, especially lower lung, nephritis and diabetes symptoms, fermentations of the bowels, like candida infection, athlete's foot. Now, that's your physical stuff, you know, as well as things like asthma and abdominal pain and menstruation irregular and impotence. But if we look at it emotionally, which I think is what we have to do, because that's what we're doing, is when there's an imbalance, you can get hysterical, paranoid, depression, fear, loneliness, and insecurity. And when balanced, you get wisdom, rationality, clear perception, gentleness, and self-understanding. Now, when we look at the kidneys per se for emotional issues at Aka Louise Hay, is kidneys are all to do with the retention of fear. And where it just sort of brings everything in of about letting go, isn't it, Stephanie? Really, you know, letting go of fear enables us to be, you know.
That's exciting. Marvelous, marvelous. So we're going to finish off today's reading with a affirmation. And once again, Karen, I've been drawn to blend a couple of affirmations from the Quantum Messages group. Is that okay with you?
Oh, yeah, go for it. As long as you write it down.
Must remember to do that. Yeah. Okay, guys. So with our affirmations, this is to help you over the next 7 days. Repeat this affirmation 7 times a day for 7 days, the next 7 days, if you feel so drawn to do so. Okay, this is to help you to raise your vibration. The affirmation is as follows: I drink deeply from the well of life. I know I am living my truth and guided by the light. I drink deeply from the well of life. I know I'm living my truth and I'm guided by the light.
Nice.
Beautiful, isn't it, eh?
Very beautiful.
Okay, guys, we've got a favor to ask of you. Please, if you've enjoyed this video, if you've got anything out of it whatsoever, first of all, like it down below, click and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's really going to help us to grow our presence out there. We want to help as many people as we possibly can. If you want to read in a personal reading, private reading, there's a couple of links down below to both Karen's website and my website. Feel free to come along and join in and sign up for reading with us. Or if you want to join reading with the two of us, we can arrange that as well, okay? Now, also, please comment. We want your feedback. We really value your feedback. We can grow and we can fine-tune what we're doing to make sure that we're servicing you and all humanity the best we possibly can with your feedback that helps us to get there. Okay, any questions? Drop them down below. We'll see you in the next reading. Karen, thank you so much for your energy and your input. It's been an absolute blast once again.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful to be able to play this game.
Right. Remember, guys,
awesome.
Life is about joy. Please be joyful. Enjoy
awesome.
joy. Enjoy joy. Okay.
Bye
Take care.
now.
Goodbye.